Good morning. Today we are going to pick up my new 2-year-old, so I figured I'd bring you guys along with me. So I'm going to show you guys kind of what she's going to be staying in. It's slightly temporary because it's the end of the month. I'm going to be moving her on the 1st. But this is kind of just what she's staying in for now. She's staying in our turnout, one of our dry lots. So she will have a big bin feeder that's going to go in right here, like Zin's, like a big citrus bin. And then I'll put her hay and stuff in it. She'll have a net. I might open up that gate to let her and Zin touch. It kind of depends. After the 1st, she will probably either be in one of four situations. She'll either be over here with Tyson in a shared paddock, and there is, I'll try and walk over there so you guys can see it, but there is a gate separation that they can close to separate them for meals and stuff, but it's also kind of like a dry lot pasture. It's pretty big though, and that way she has a buddy. It just kind of depends if she gets along with Zin or not, because Zin is right here and he tends to be a bit of a man about females. So we'll see how that works. If that doesn't work, she'll probably go in a wood corral, which, oh my gosh, I'm too short. One of the wood corrals down here, which has so many neighbors that she'll be able to have a social life. And then she'll get turned out in a pasture kind of paddock situation during the day. Or one of the other options is she'll go into our new our new corrals over on the other side, and then she'll have turnout option up there. Yeah. You guys might be like, what the heck? There's no shelter? Well, if it gets really hot during the day and we need the turnout for any reason, she's more than welcome to stay in Dee's stall or in one of the shaded turnouts. For the next 5 days, it's going to be a little bit of juggling, but after that, she should have a pretty good setup. So I've gotten some questions on Instagram as to why I got another horse. Nice fly on the nose there. And why I sold Griffin, because, you know, a lot of you saw Griffin as like, I sold him because I didn't have time for Zin and him, which is very true because they were both 6 or I guess 5 and 6, and then 6 and 7, and they're both in their prime and they're getting worked, you know, full amount every week, as where with a 2-year-old, more than anything, it's going to be short little groundwork sessions and stuff like that. Getting her used to like seeing a saddle pad and cross tying and getting her good with trailering, just walking in and out. I mean, very simple 15-minute sessions a couple times a week. Otherwise, it's her just being a horse and growing up. And in a couple years, when Troy is 14 and stepping down a bit, and you know, Zin as a 9-year-old, I'll pretty much know the scope of his career and his potential. Then I'll be starting her very lightly, you know, over fences. And so it'll kind of give me a direction of, you know, what I'm going to do with my others as far as like, I don't want to say this prematurely because Troy, stop. I very well could never have this happen, but potential for like in Troy's later teen years, him being a lease horse. Sorry, had to fix Troy's pawing. You're very bad, you know that, right? Yeah, I'm a bad horse. Yeah, so might lease out Troy in his late teens, might not, you know, but if that were to happen, you know, and then I have Zin as either, you know, a show horse or just kind of a playing at home horse for fun. That's all cool, but I just want to make sure I have my bases covered in a few years when these little noodles will be older. You're gonna be old man. So yeah. But I guess to answer that is a 2-year-old does not take as much time as a 6-year-old who is in a full week for showing and training and, you know, getting ready for all that stuff. So a little different. And also too is Griffin and I just didn't really have that kind of relationship where I was like, oh, I want to keep him regardless of what he's gonna do, or he was very, very sweet, but I have a very different relationship with these little noodles because of, you know, the story. Just, I mean, I couldn't even tell you why. I mean, Troy's obviously been through a lot, but with Zin, geez, it's a little different. So that's why he found an amazing forever home, and I'm super happy about that. But 2-year-old is a little different than a 6-year-old and 5 to 6 days a week. What did you do? He's a bad horse. Yeah, he's bad today. So I'm gonna go finish getting everything ready for her, including her fly mask and a potential fly sheet. Not sure if she's ever seen any of that stuff. Not sure if she'll need it. But I'm gonna finish setting up and then we're gonna go pick her up. He's just the cutest boy, huh? We're all loaded up and we are ready to go get her. Hopefully she is a good baby and it's a very quick load, but seeing as she's 2 and I don't believe she's ever trailered before, it might be a training session in itself. But I've got all the time in the world today, so here we go.
Oh, what a good girl. Pretty lady. Good girl.
So this is Ocean Blue KF. She is a 2-year-old KWPN filly. She just turned 2 earlier this month, and her dad is Baloo Durouet, and her mom is by Corland, and I'm very excited to have her. So she's currently about 15.2. She'll probably finish about 16 hands, 16.1, 16.2, somewhere around there. And that's exactly what I want. I'm only 5'4", so I don't want a big horse, and a mare, I don't know. It was kind of an impulsive decision, but at the same time, there's some plans for if anything were to happen to her. She has such great pedigree that maybe one day she'll be a mom, but that's a long way out. So for now, she's gonna grow up and learn some groundwork and the basics, and hopefully in a couple years, when we start her over fences, we'll see some exciting things. So yeah. So I've done a lot of feed videos in the past. But for her, since she's so young, I'm just gonna feed her a couple pounds of Triple Crown Light, which is somewhat like a ration balancer. So for 2 pounds, she gets all of her vitamins and minerals, everything she needs for growing, and she'll stay on a grass hay because they said she's a pretty easy keeper. Even though she's growing, I wanna make sure she has enough, but not too much. So that's the plan for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to be making a lot of videos of her progress, so I hope you guys are as excited about the journey as I am.